In our everyday conversations with different people, especially those who are cunning and persistent, we often hear common phrases that are designed to evoke trust in their words and thoughts. These phrases can be used to convince us of something or to actively sell us a product or an idea. However, it is important to be cautious and critical when hearing these phrases, as they may not always be backed up by evidence or logic. One common phrase that we may hear is, "as we all know." This phrase is often used to make a statement that is not actually common knowledge, or to make an assertion that is not supported by evidence. For example, someone may say, "as we all know, drinking a glass of wine every day is good for your health." While there are some studies that suggest moderate alcohol consumption may have health benefits, it is not universally accepted or proven, and can even have negative effects in some cases. So, it is important to question such statements and seek out additional information before accepting them as true. Another common phrase that may be used to evoke trust is "scientists have proven." This phrase is often used to support a claim with the authority of science, without actually providing any specific evidence or citing any particular study. For example, someone may say, "scientists have proven that this supplement will boost your energy levels." However, it is important to question such claims and seek out more information before accepting them as true. In many cases, scientific studies may be biased or flawed, or may not apply to the individual in question. Similarly, the phrase "as proven" can also be used to lend credibility to a statement without providing any actual evidence. For example, someone may say, "as proven by this study, this diet will help you lose weight quickly and easily." However, it is important to question such statements and seek out more information before accepting them as true. Scientific studies may be flawed or may not be representative of the general population, and the individual results may vary. Another common phrase that may be used to evoke trust is "as history has shown." This phrase is often used to imply that a particular idea or action has been successful in the past, and therefore should be accepted or followed. For example, someone may say, "as history has shown, the best way to grow a business is to focus on marketing." However, it is important to question such claims and seek out additional information before accepting them as true. Just because something worked in the past does not necessarily mean it will work in the present or future, and there may be other factors that contributed to the success. It is important to be aware of these common phrases and to critically evaluate them, rather than blindly accepting them as truth. Research has shown that people who are more skeptical and critical in their thinking are less likely to be influenced by persuasive messaging and are better able to make informed decisions based on evidence and logic. One study conducted by the University of Illinois found that people who were more confident in their own decision-making abilities were less likely to be influenced by persuasive messaging, even when it was presented by a charismatic and credible speaker. This suggests that developing our own critical thinking skills and confidence in our own decision-making abilities can help us to resist the influence of these common phrases and other forms of persuasion. In addition, research has shown that people are more likely to be influenced by persuasive messaging when they are in a state of high emotional arousal or when they are distracted by other factors. Therefore, it is important to be aware of our own emotional state and to avoid making important decisions or accepting persuasive messaging when we are feeling particularly emotional or distracted. In conclusion, we often hear common phrases that are designed to evoke trust in the words and thoughts of others. However, it is important to be aware of these phrases and to critically evaluate them. While some of these phrases may be used honestly and with good intentions, others may be used to manipulate or deceive us. It's worth noting that this phenomenon has been studied by psychologists and social scientists. In a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, researchers found that people were more likely to believe a statement when it was accompanied by the phrase, "as you know," or "as we all know." The study suggests that these phrases can create a sense of social consensus and make people more likely to go along with a statement, even if they don't necessarily believe it. Another study, published in the Journal of Language and Social Psychology, found that using phrases like "as you know" or "you'll agree" that can be an effective way to persuade people, especially in situations where the listener is not an expert in the subject matter. The researchers found that using these phrases made people more likely to agree with the speaker's position, even if they didn't fully understand the topic. So, what can we do to protect ourselves from being manipulated by these phrases? One of the most important things is to be aware of them and to actively listen to the message being conveyed. If someone is using one of these phrases, ask yourself why they might be doing so. Are they trying to convince you of something? Are they trying to make themselves seem more credible or knowledgeable? It's also a good idea to ask for evidence or examples to support any claims that are being made. If someone says, "as you know, this product is the best on the market," ask them to provide evidence or examples to back up their claim. If someone says, "as we all know, this is the right thing to do," ask them to explain why they believe that. In addition, it's important to take the time to research and verify information for ourselves. This means seeking out multiple sources of information and critically evaluating them. We should be wary of sources that use these types of phrases without providing evidence or examples to back up their claims. It's also important to be aware of our own biases and to try to approach information with an open mind. If we are already convinced of something, we may be more likely to believe statements that support our views, even if they are not entirely accurate or based, in fact, in conclusion. While phrases like "as you know" and "as we all know" may seem harmless, they can be used to manipulate and deceive us. By being aware of these phrases and actively listening to the messages being conveyed, we can protect ourselves from being misled. We should always ask for evidence and examples to back up any claims and take the time to research and verify information for ourselves. By doing so, we can make more informed decisions and avoid being swayed by manipulative language.